The thing about time is, it can't be bought. Once it passes, it's gone. Nothing can turn back the clock. You can have time, or you can make time. These are two completely different things. Hi, I'm Ivan Chua, founder and business owner of Vario. Along with my wife Judy, we make affordable timepieces with a unique style for watch enthusiasts. And making the time to pursue Vario priceless. Growing up, I always dreamt of being a product designer or an architect. Singapore at that time was going through massive changes. New buildings and towers were on the rise, and I marveled at their architecture, hoping that one day I would be able to be a part of it. I started out as a graphic designer, working on animation and motion graphics for TV stations here in Singapore, and a good number of years in Hong Kong, until I came back in 2008, where I founded my own branding agency, ICA. From motion graphics to watches? Well then, back in the late 90s, when mobile phones were on the rise and almost everyone, including me, were reliant on it as an all-in-one device, I stopped wearing my watch and turned to my phone instead to tell time. One day in 2015, I just got so tired of my reliance on mobile phones and started looking for my old watches. Once the batteries were replaced, to my amazement, they were up and running, but there was one problem. The straps had all disintegrated. And that's when I had the idea to pour my creativity into NATO straps. And that's how the story of Vario began. I thought to myself, here's something that I could exercise my creativity to challenge myself, to design a product and step out of my comfort zone as a graphic designer, which was part of me for 20 years. I thought of the name Vario from combining two elements, from wanting people to vary their dress sense, and I also wanted it to be catchy, thus the name Vario. It was a very straightforward approach with my first watch. Start with a simple project, get my feet wet, and learn the watchmaking process. Coming from a design background gave me an advantage, but learning to work with factories on the technical aspect was something new. We decided to market our products online and not have a physical presence to keep costs at a minimum. And it was such an unreal feeling the day that I saw an actual sale, and I thought to myself, wow, this is really happening. I saw a steady growth from then onwards, and that motivated me to do more to make this business work. As the numbers grew, so too were the reviews and feedback from customers. And I used them to shape my subsequent products, therefore making my customers co-creators. We have sold to more than 75 countries so far, with the US, UK, Singapore as our biggest market. We've also served Ecuador, Namibia, Trinidad and Tobago, and that really blows my mind. Many of the customers were kind enough to email me upon receiving their Vario watches and had positive reviews and experience posted on our website. It's such an amazing experience to chat with customers from as young as 20 to 80, talking about watches. It is something that I've never expected. I remember an old gentleman who told me he purchased the Vario Empire series because it looked like a watch from his era with the hand winding when he was growing up, and my watch makes him happy because he could relive those happy moments. We also make watches and accessories that customers wish they had and never thought of, like our travel watch case that protect watches. I look forward to the next watch that we are currently working on the Empire Chrono prototype, which I had just received from my supplier. It's like seeing your baby being born, which really gets me excited. I love variety, and as a designer, I'm not tied down to a certain genre. After my first Bauhaus and second Art Deco watches, which are considered dress watches, I made the trench as my third watch instead of digging deeper into the dress watch genre. All our watches to date are vintage inspired. It's a way for us to pay my respects to the classics while adding my own twist into them to suit modern taste. I feel there's a lot of ideas we can draw from history and use it as an inspiration to create watches that help customers show off their personality. I have lots of ideas, so hopefully I can continue to produce a variety of watches for customers to enjoy. I hope to show the world that Singapore has talent, people who can make desirable products. All my watches are labeled with Design in Singapore, which I'm very proud of. In our steps to stay relevant to the current market, our approach of being different helps. And that helped set us apart from 50 other different brands doing the same designs. Most importantly, understanding customers' needs leads to success. Everyone thinks they have the best idea, but if you've never tried, you won't know how far you can go. Starting a micro brand doesn't mean you have to quit your job, as I know some brand owners working on their own brands as a sideline. It's not as expensive as many would think if you are going the crowdfunding route, which mitigates some risk. Micro brand watches do present more value for money with their more daring designs, and buyers get to interact with brand owners, making the purchase more personable. My journey so far has been ultimately rewarding. My hope is that Vario will continue to bring joy to our customers through thoughtful designs that stand the test of time. And most importantly, to inspire them to make the time to pursue what makes them happy.